Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're talking about the United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from 1944 with the D mint mark. This is not just any ordinary penny, it's a coin packed with World War II history, powerful design, and some ultra-rare errors that have made it a true legend among collectors. So whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned enthusiast, this story is one you don't want to miss. Listen carefully and enjoy every second. The 1944 D wheat penny was minted in Denver during a time when the entire nation was focused on the war effort. This coin carries not only monetary value, but also the weight of American resilience and determination. On the front, you'll find the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, whose image has been a symbol of freedom and justice for over a century. Flip the coin over and you'll see the famous wheat ears design, a beautiful tribute to American agriculture and prosperity. But what truly sets this coin apart is not just its age or design, it's the incredible rarity and errors that have made certain versions of this penny worth a life-changing fortune. Most 1944 D wheat pennies were struck in copper. But here's where the story gets exciting. During wartime, the U.S. Mint experimented with different metals due to shortages. In 1943, pennies were made of steel. But in 1944, production returned to copper mostly. However, a few 1944 D wheat pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover steel planchets from the previous year. These steel versions from 1944 are extraordinarily rare, and if you find one, you could be holding onto something truly spectacular, but that's not the only error to watch for. Some 1944 D wheat pennies have been discovered with double die errors, where the lettering or numbers, especially the date and the word Liberty, appear slightly doubled under magnification. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, creating a unique effect that only a few collectors will ever find. These small details add major value to the coin, especially when in excellent condition. Some pennies also feature off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, each one making the coin more collectible and incredibly valuable. If you want to know whether your 1944 D wheat penny is something special, you need to take a close look. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the date and lettering. Use a magnet. If the coin sticks, it could be the ultra-rare steel version. Weigh your coin as well. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while the steel version weighs less, around 2.7 grams. And if you think you've spotted something unique, always get your coin authenticated and graded by a professional, because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary could be just one detail. Collectors and dealers are always on the hunt for rare wheat pennies, and the 1944 D is at the top of the list. Coin shows, auctions, and online marketplaces are seeing a surge in demand for these historical coins, especially with documented errors or steel planchets. These coins are not only beautiful and historic, they're rising in value every year as more collectors realize their scarcity and significance. This coin is more than just 1 cent, it's a piece of America's story, forged during one of the most challenging times in history. It represents craftsmanship, wartime innovation, and the surprise of finding something priceless in the palm of your hand. Whether you inherited an old collection, bought a jar of coins at a garage sale, or simply found one in change, you could be holding onto something far more valuable than you think. And now for the most exciting part, a 1944 D wheat penny. Struck on a rare steel planchet and in high mint state condition, recently sold at a nationally recognized auction for an unbelievable $200,000. That's right, $200,000 for a coin most people wouldn't think twice about. This is the true magic of coin collecting, uncovering forgotten treasures and turning them into incredible opportunities. Second rare coin. We're talking about the United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from 1949, a post-war classic that carries not only historical significance, but also rare characteristics that have made it one of the hottest coins among serious collectors. This isn't just a penny, it's a potential jackpot in your hands. So stay focused, listen carefully, and enjoy every word, because the details we're about to uncover could lead you straight to a coin worth thousands. The 1949 wheat penny is more than just a small piece of copper. It's a coin that captures the spirit of post-World War II America. The country was rebuilding, innovation was rising, and the U.S. Mint continued to produce one of its most beloved designs, the Lincoln Wheat Cent. Featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic wheat ears on the reverse, this coin is a beautiful piece of numismatic art and American legacy. But among the millions minted, there are some very special 1949 pennies that stand out, coins that are rare, valuable, and in some cases, truly one of a kind. This particular year was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. While the standard versions are common in circulated condition, what collectors truly crave are those rare examples with mint errors, unusual variations, and especially coins in pristine condition that have survived decades without a scratch. These are the versions that can turn a simple penny into a show-stopping piece of numismatic gold, not in color, but in value. One of the most fascinating types of errors found in 1949 wheat pennies is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by a misaligned die, resulting in a slight but visible doubling of the lettering or numbers. In many cases, this can be spotted in the word Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or even the 1949 date itself. These doubling effects can often be seen best under magnification, but once found, they instantly raise the value of the coin dramatically. Another extremely desirable variation is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned in the press, causing the design to appear shifted to one side, and the more dramatic the shift, the rarer the coin becomes. Some collectors also search for coins with die cracks, cuds, or struck-through errors, where foreign material interferes with the strike, creating unique marks on the coin's surface. Each of these flaws adds value and uniqueness, making the coin even more appealing to the collector community. Now, let's talk condition, because this is where things get serious. A 1949 wheat penny that is worn, scratched, or corroded may not fetch much, but if you've got one in uncirculated or mint state condition, your coin instantly becomes more desirable. The redder the copper shine, the higher the grade, and the more collectors are willing to pay for it. Coins that have been professionally graded by PCGS or NGC and received MS65 or higher are in incredibly high demand, especially when combined with a rare minting error. This coin is a favorite not only for its historical charm, but also for its potential in the modern-day collector market. Auction houses, online bidding platforms, and private dealers have all seen a significant spike in interest in high-grade 1949 wheat pennies, especially those with documented errors or near-perfect finishes. And believe me, the bidding wars can get intense, because collectors know just how scarce these top-tier examples really are. Just recently, one such 1949 wheat penny, struck with a visible doubling error on the date and preserved in stunning mint state condition, made waves when it was sold in a private collector's auction for a breathtaking $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a copper coin that originally had just 1 cent of face value. This shows the true power of rarity, condition, and the ever-growing interest in historical U.S. coinage. So now the real question is, do you have one of these rare gems hiding in your collection? Have you ever looked closely at your 1949 penny? It might be worth a fortune, and you wouldn't even know it. Get that magnifying glass out, check the date for doubling, scan for off-center strikes or cracks, and don't underestimate what's in your hands. Then share your story with us. Drop a comment below if you found something interesting or if you need help figuring out whether your coin is rare. We love hearing from fellow collectors, and we're here to help you unlock the secrets hidden in your coins. Third expensive coin. Discover the story behind the United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from 1954 with the D mint mark, a coin minted in Denver that has quietly become a top target for those who know its hidden secrets. This isn't just a penny. It's a piece of American history, and it could be the surprise fortune hiding in your collection right now, so pay close attention and enjoy every moment of this fascinating journey. The 1954 D wheat penny carries with it the legacy of the Lincoln cent, a coin first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse of this coin features Lincoln's timeless portrait, while the reverse proudly displays the famous wheat stalks on either side of the words 1 cent and United States of America. Minted in Denver, this particular version of the wheat penny was produced during a time of post-war growth and national optimism, making it both a historical token and a nostalgic symbol of American progress. While millions of these pennies were made, only a very small number stand out for their rare minting errors and exceptional conditions, and these are the ones that collectors are willing to pay big money for. You see, not every 1954 wheat penny is created equal. Some have hidden flaws that turn them from common coins into valuable collectibles that are in high demand among serious numismatists. One of the most coveted and valuable errors in the 1954 wheat penny is the double die error, which occurs when the coin's image is struck more than once by a misaligned die. These double impressions often show up in the coin's lettering, particularly in the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or even the date 1954 itself. When viewed under magnification, the doubled letters become clear, and the value of the coin skyrockets instantly. These types of errors are extremely rare and make the coin not only fascinating, but highly collectible. Another error that sends collectors into a frenzy is the repunched mint mark, also known as RPM. On some 1954 pennies, the D mint mark appears to have been punched more than once in slightly different positions, creating a shadow-like or doubled mint mark. These repunched marks are exciting because they're visual proof of minting variation, and collectors absolutely love them. They are even listed and cataloged by coin grading services, adding official credibility and boosting their market value significantly. Don't forget about off-center strikes, where the image and design are shifted away from the center of the coin. The more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes. There are also die cracks, cuts, and struck-through errors to watch out for, all of which add personality and rarity to a coin that might otherwise look ordinary. And of course, condition plays a huge role. The shinier, redder, and more flawless the copper, the more collectors are willing to pay top dollar. So, how do you identify these errors in your own 1954 penny? Start by examining it under a magnifier. Look closely at the date, the word "Liberty," and "In God We Trust" for signs of doubling. Check the D mint mark. Does it appear doubled or slightly shifted? Is the image perfectly centered, or is it off to one side? Do you see any unusual lines, cracks, or marks in the fields of the coin? Every detail matters, and what looks like a minor flaw to some might be a major payday to the right collector. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for 1954 pennies with these unique features, and auctions have proven that demand is stronger than ever. In recent years, high-grade specimens with confirmed double die errors or RPMs have made headlines and broken price records, especially when authenticated and graded by top agencies like PCGS or NGC. This is one of those coins that continues to rise in popularity because the window to find these rarities is shrinking with time. This coin is not just a small copper disc, it's a survivor from an era of American growth, a coin that tells a story. And in the right form, it's a piece of treasure worth showcasing. The historical design, the rarity of its errors, and the explosive value it holds make the 1954 wheat penny one of the most exciting and rewarding coins to collect today. Whether you're a lifelong collector or someone just discovering this hobby, this is a coin that belongs on your radar and possibly in your vault. And now for the most thrilling part, one incredibly rare 1954 wheat penny, featuring a clear and certified double die error along with exceptional mint condition, recently stunned collectors when it sold for an eye-popping $80,000. Yes, $80,000 for a 1-cent coin that was once casually passed from hand to hand. Especially, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from the year 1917 with the S mint mark. A coin minted in San Francisco that has become one of the most desirable and breathtaking finds for collectors of rare American currency. Whether you're a lifelong numismatist or just a casual coin enthusiast, this episode is going to keep you on the edge of your seat, so listen closely, enjoy every word, and don't miss a second, because this coin could be hiding in someone's collection. waiting to change their life. The 1917 wheat penny is a piece of pure history. Imagine the world in 1917. The First World War was raging, the United States was stepping onto the global stage, and the San Francisco Mint was quietly producing one of the rarest early Lincoln cents ever struck. This coin features the beloved image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a portrait that symbolizes leadership, resilience, and justice. On the reverse, the classic two wheat ears proudly frame the bold 1-cent text, a design that has stood the test of time and continues to capture the imagination of collectors today. But here's the part that turns this beautiful coin into a true collector's dream: rarity, errors, and condition. While millions of pennies were produced in 1917, only a small portion bore the S mint mark, and even fewer have survived in excellent condition. The San Francisco Mint had lower production numbers compared to Philadelphia, and coins from this location are highly sought after, especially when they come with unique traits or minting mistakes that elevate their value to extraordinary levels. One of the most fascinating and valuable aspects of the 1917 penny is the presence of double die errors, a minting anomaly that occurs when the coin design is struck twice by a misaligned die. These double impressions are often visible on the coin's date, the words "In God We Trust" or the word "Liberty." Collectors go crazy for these double die varieties, especially when they appear on early Lincoln cents. They are not only rare, they're practically historic artifacts in the coin world. Another incredible error to look out for is the repunched mint mark, or RPM. On some 1917 pennies, the S mint mark appears doubled, as if it was punched more than once in slightly different locations. This is a genuine minting error that was never intended to be released, but a few slipped through, and now they're among the most desirable pieces for any serious collector. These errors are subtle but powerful when authenticated and certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Let's not forget about off-center strikes, die cracks, and planchet flaws, all of which can transform an already rare coin into a high-value item. Coins struck even slightly off-center, or those with visible cracks or texture differences in the metal, are often considered unique by collectors and dealers alike. Combine that with over 100 years of age and limited mintage, and you have a coin that demands attention. Condition plays a critical role in determining a coin's market value, and for a coin as old as the 1917 wheat penny, finding one in high grade, especially with original luster or uncirculated details, is incredibly rare. Most examples show heavy circulation wear, so if you come across one with sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong edges, you may be holding something truly special. The coin's grade, whether fine, extremely fine, or mint state, has a massive impact on its value, and coins at the top of the grading scale are known to bring in staggering figures at auctions. Speaking of auctions, this coin has made major waves in recent years. Collectors have been fiercely bidding for high-quality specimens of the 1917 penny, especially those with error varieties. The coin's historical background, combined with its rarity and unique minting mistakes, has made it one of the hottest Lincoln cents on the market today. It's more than just a coin. It's a part of American history, a tangible artifact of a time long gone, and a financial opportunity for those who recognize its worth. Now here comes the most exciting moment of this video. One spectacular 1917 wheat penny, discovered with a confirmed double die error and graded in near mint condition, recently stunned the coin collecting world when it sold at an elite auction for a record-breaking $299,000. That's right, $299,000 for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. This is the kind of discovery that collectors dream of, and it proves once again that history, rarity, and condition can combine to create something absolutely priceless. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your magnifying glass, search through those old coin jars, check inherited collections, or look closely at that penny you thought was just pocket change, because you never know what hidden treasure might be waiting right under your nose. If you have a 1917 penny, examine it carefully for doubling, look at the mint mark, and consider having it professionally graded. It just might be the next headline-making coin in the collecting world. Next coin, we're taking a close look at one of the last and most iconic coins in America's beloved wheat penny series, the United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from 1957. At first glance, it might seem like just another copper coin from the past, but hidden within this ordinary penny lies extraordinary potential, especially for those lucky enough to find a rare error or high-grade specimen. If you've got a jar of old coins at home, pay close attention, because this could be the one that turns out to be worth far more than just 1 cent. The 1957 wheat penny comes from the final chapter of the wheat cent era, which ran from 1909 to 1958. This coin features the classic design that collectors around the world admire, President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and two bold stalks of wheat flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America on the reverse. A powerful symbol of American values, hard work, and national pride, the wheat penny remains a cornerstone of U.S. numismatics. But what makes the 1957 version so fascinating is the variety of errors, minting quirks, and condition-based value spikes that have made it one of the hottest coins for collectors to hunt down. The 1957 wheat penny was minted in both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, with a D mint mark, and while millions were produced, not all were created equal. There are certain coins from this year that contain striking errors that are highly desirable and extremely valuable. One of the most exciting errors collectors look for is the double die error, where the coin's design elements appear to be struck twice, resulting in a shadowed or doubled effect, especially on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. These types of coins are rare, and when found in excellent condition, they can command an incredible premium. Another notable feature collectors keep an eye out for is the repunched mint mark, or RPM. This error happens when the D mint mark is struck more than once in slightly different positions, creating a blurry or overlapping appearance. These are fascinating to observe under magnification and instantly elevate the coin's status among enthusiasts. Combined with clean surfaces, sharp details, and original red copper luster, an RPM coin can attract serious attention at auctions, but the excitement doesn't stop there. Some 1957 wheat pennies have been discovered with off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned on the planchet. Others display die cracks, cuts, or even struck-through errors, where foreign material was caught between the die and the planchet during minting. Each of these unique characteristics adds a layer of rarity and value, and every small detail can make a major difference. Condition is absolutely key when determining the worth of a 1957 penny. Coins that have been heavily circulated won't fetch much more than face value, but if you're lucky enough to find one in mint state condition, especially graded MS65 or higher, your coin suddenly becomes a valuable collector's piece. Coins with their original red hue, untouched by time or wear, are especially prized, and when combined with a known minting error, can skyrocket in value on the market. Recently, coin auctions and online marketplaces have seen a surge in demand for top-quality 1957 wheat pennies. Collectors love the year because it's close to the end of the wheat design. It's widely available yet still holds surprises, and it bridges the gap between modern and historical U.S. coinage. There's something truly exciting about a coin that looks so familiar, yet hides rare traits that make it a potential jackpot for the observant collector. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, one exceptional 1957 wheat penny, struck with a rare double die error and preserved in nearly flawless mint state condition, recently sold at auction for a mind-blowing $50,000. Yes, $50,000 for a 1-cent coin that's likely been overlooked by thousands of people over the years. That's the power of knowledge, rarity, and timing in the world of coin collecting. So, don't ignore that old penny in your drawer. It could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Check your 1957 wheat pennies carefully under magnification. Examine the date and lettering for doubling, study the mint mark, and always keep an eye out for any unusual features. And if you think you've found something special, don't hesitate to have it professionally graded. That one small step could lead to a major payday. Last unique coin. We're talking about the United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from the year 1939, a stunning piece of American history that could be worth an absolute fortune to the right collector. So sit back, relax, and listen very carefully, because if you have this coin in your possession, you might just be holding onto something worth much, much more than 1 cent. The 1939 wheat penny is not just a piece of copper. It's a glimpse into America's past. This coin was minted during a time of recovery, transition, and growing global tension. The Great Depression was beginning to fade, and the world was on the edge of World War II. Every coin from this era has a story, and the 1939 wheat penny is no exception. With the bold portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the famous wheat ears design on the reverse, this coin continues to symbolize strength, perseverance, and the promise of the American spirit. But let's talk about what really makes the 1939 wheat penny so exciting: its rarity, errors, and unbelievable value in the collector's market. While millions were produced at 3 different mints, Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D Mint Mark, and San Francisco, S Mint Mark, not all of these coins were made equally. Among these pennies are hidden rarities that only a few lucky collectors have managed to uncover, and those rare pieces are now worth a staggering fortune. One of the key reasons why some 1939 wheat pennies are worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, is due to minting errors that occurred during production. One of the most desirable of these is the double die error, which occurs when a coin is struck twice by a misaligned die. This can cause clear doubling on the letters, numbers, or both, especially noticeable in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1939. If you see any signs of doubling under magnification, you may be staring at a jackpot. Another highly sought-after error in the 1939 wheat penny series is the repunched mint mark, known as RPM. These errors happen when the mint mark, either D for Denver or S for San Francisco, was punched more than once, resulting in a blurry or doubled appearance. RPMs are fascinating and extremely collectible because they offer visual proof of a human touch during the coin-making process, a rare imperfection in an otherwise mechanical world. Collectors also treasure other mint errors like off-center strikes, where the design is visibly misaligned on the coin, and die cracks, where lines or raised ridges appear due to imperfections in the minting die. These features might seem small, but they dramatically increase the value of the coin, especially when paired with excellent condition and historical significance. Condition is everything when it comes to coin value, and the 1939 wheat penny is no exception. Coins that have been well preserved, showing full detail, original red luster, and minimal contact marks, are considered gems in the world of coin grading. A coin graded MS65 or higher is extremely rare for this year and can sell for life-changing amounts at auction, especially when combined with an error variety, and that brings us to the incredible market demand for the 1939 wheat penny. Recent auctions and private sales have shown just how valuable these coins can be when the right factors come together. A 1939 S wheat penny with a strong double die obverse, combined with near-perfect condition, recently made headlines when it sold at a high-profile numismatic auction for a jaw-dropping $350,000. Yes, $350,000 for a 1-cent coin. This shows that the magic of coin collecting lies not just in rarity, but in the thrilling possibility of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary. Now it's your turn. If you've got a 1939 wheat penny, it's time to take a very close look. Grab a magnifying glass and examine the date, the lettering, and the mint mark. Look for signs of doubling, mint mark shifting, or off-center design. If anything stands out, don't hesitate. Send it to a professional grading service to get it certified. You might be sitting on a treasure that could change your life forever.